Hello, good afternoon. It's Tracy Pay. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a real estate agent. I've been a real estate professional for 29 years now. Today I want to talk about when it's time to update and sell either a property that you have owned for a while, or in our market, in my specific neighborhood, there's a lot of estate kind of sales going on, where families have inherited properties, and in many cases these properties are quite dated properties. So I had the opportunity to speak with a woman in my geographical farm area, which is my specific neighborhood, and she was getting ready to put a property on the market that was an estate property and had done quite a bit of work to it. And the conversation went like this. Me: hey, your house is looking really good. It's come a long ways. Oh, and her, she'd say, yeah, it's really come a long ways. Do you want to see pictures of before? It was really bad before. And so I said, sure. And I looked at the photos and agreed with her that yes, it had come a long way. They'd done a lot of work. And her comment was, I'm going to be able to get a lot of money, probably more money than anybody else that's selling in this neighborhood, because we're doing so much to the property, and we're going to be doing even more. And she said, is it right? And I said, actually, unfortunately, no. There was an error in her thinking. I said, no, you need to be very careful that you don't over improve a property in the specific neighborhood that you are selling in. And if you don't know that neighborhood very well, it's best not to go it alone, especially if that's not what you do for a living. If you're not a professional home flipper, or if you're not a general contractor that works in that neighborhood, it can be quite costly. It's probably one of the biggest mistakes that people who are selling properties that they've inherited, or that they haven't lived in a while, and they've chosen to fix them up and sell them, can be a very costly mistake if you make the cardinal error of over improving the property for what that market, what that specific neighborhood will bear. The definition of market value is actually what a willing buyer and willing seller will pay for a home or a property. And so I had to tell her that that logically that will not work. And in this particular case, we were able to tone down some of the upgrades and options that she was going to be making in this property, so that it matched what the top end properties that would be like her property, meaning interior, exterior condition would be very similar, the age of the home, the square footage, and the number of beds and baths. That would the comparable sold properties, for properties that had been remodeled, this is how much they would bear. And so because of that, we were able to save her from what could have been a very grave mistake, and a very normal. You're not abnormal if you are thinking this way. The sky is not the limit. The limit is what the market in any given geographical area will bear. So be careful with that, and don't go it alone. If you do not know or don't have a lot of expertise in this area, hire a professional realtor who is an expert in your neighborhood, the neighborhood where you are selling. They can make all the difference in the world and make that selling experience a winning one for you, both financially and emotionally, because it's a difficult process to navigate alone. Don't go it alone. Happy selling. I hope you found this information helpful and useful. And hit me up here, PM me if you have more questions, and feel free to like my page.